Hello, friends and viewers. D-Rage here. Welcome to an episode of Skyforge. We'll be looking at some beta footage, so don't be too critical on it. Beta started March 11th. Actually, was updated today on the 16th. I haven't had a chance to check anything out yet. Went shopping, came home, saw that there's an update. Started uploading this video and doing its cuts and edits. Skyforge is a free-to-play third-person shooter MMO developed by Allah's team in collaboration with Obsidian Entertainment. Just a little bit about it is Skyforge takes place on a planet called Alien. Excuse me if I'm butchering these words. Haven't really been listening in game. After the god Ali, who protected the planet but has disappeared. Now Alien has become a target by hostile gods. Alien is inhabited by followers of Ali, who are now protected by immortals and lesser gods. So that's the premise of this game. What I'd like to go into is more of, not so much of my own experience, but what you can experience in this game. I feel that it's very well put together so far as a beta term. I'm really enjoying myself, and I've been watching a couple other videos from other YouTubers, and I don't understand what their experience is, because me and my community, we've been having a blast. We've been running through stuff. I'm up to 5K prestige, and I even consider myself going pretty slow due to my kids and my wife going to college and all those kind of things. I'm having to pick up more of the household stuff. I'm not really crunching hard into playing this game, and I still find it enjoyable. And from what it sounds like, above the learning curve, I'm still kind of hanging in there. I'm finding groups fine. Of course, I'm playing the Lightbringer, which I'm about to get into now, the 3 classes. But I guess as a disclaimer, of course, again, all the footage you're going to see, everything that you're going to hear, from the Ascension Tree or Sphere Grid, whatever you want to call it, to, the models and stuff itself, are all beta content. It doesn't mean it's all set in stone yet. We can see 9 closed betas, or maybe this will be the last one. Nobody really knows until we're done. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into, like I said, I play as a Lightbringer. There's 3 basic classes. The Lightbringer, who casts shields and AoE protection spells along with some decent single target and AoE damage. I started off with the Paladin because I wanted to fulfill the tank role. That's usually what I play when I play MMOs. I wanted to get into, up close action, be the tank, get the insta-pop Qs, those kind of things, but, it doesn't work that way in this game. It's a lot of mitigation. It's a lot of shield usages, but it's also in sync with the Lightbringer. I got turned over to the Lightbringer because of my community had a few Paladins already, and they're about 2K prestige ahead of me at the time. So we didn't have any Lightbringers, so I said, why not? And I'm loving it. It's difficult to get into. With the targeting system, toggling between enemies and players, it kind of has that Final Fantasy 14 feel to it, where you can, you're healing, you're doing stuff, then you switch over and you toggle on your buff, debuff, and do some target damage, and like I said, there's some really good AoE damage, and there's some pretty good single target damage too. Next up is the Paladin, which is the tank class. And again, like I said, it's not, you're not drilling aggro. There's some aggro later on in the tree and stuff like that, but that's not how it kind of works. It's a lot of patience. You gotta let your paladin go in, do a few strikes, let them AOE shock, let them get in some stuff, and then after that the aggro is pretty stock. I haven't been pulling too much on a legit run. Not saying there haven't been many, many, many non-legit runs. I had a few where there were, knuckleheads. I'll just go in real fast, and it happens. But I mean, anyways, paladins, they have their own shield mitigation along with my shield mitigations, my AOE 40% debuff and whatnot. It makes it go easier when it's single target aggro influences, and they're fun. They do have the lowest of the three damage. There's not much coming out of them, but they're soloable. All these classes you can play by yourself, and everything kind of lines up with it. It might be a little bit more of a struggle, but what MMO isn't that has the Holy Trinity? You can't go out as a priest, non-holy, or not shadow, whatever it's called from World of Warcraft. I can't remember. But you go for the heal spec. You're not going to go out there and do tons of damage. You're not going to AoE mobs and do things. At least this is from the old days. I don't know about anymore. But that's typically how it is. It's just a little bit more of a struggle. You go with the damage, yeah, you have tons of AoE damage. You have tons of single target damage. But if you get attacked, you somehow get swamped, you're going to die a heck of a lot faster than a paladin will. So, I mean, it's not, the damage of the paladin is not terrible. Other than that, the paladin is fun. It looks fun. It's been fun. I played it for about 1,000 prestige, if not more. And it was a blast to play. But so was the Lightbringer. I haven't touched the Cryomancer yet. This guy's just full DPS. There's nothing about it other than that I know of. I got a couple buddies on our community, Divinity. They play Cryomancer and they just light stuff up. And, I don't know how they are against Gunner or Berserker. I haven't really synced up into the team play too much. But it's been going fun, and it's been fun. I don't know what else to say about it. Also, too, you can switch between classes at any time. The only difference in prestiges you're going to have is between your offhand and your main hands. If they're scaled a little bit different for, your paladin to your cryo to your lightbringer, that's going to be your difference. You're not going to lose so much in terms of the Ascension Atlas because you keep all the stats. You just don't keep the talents, of course. Anything that you spend with creation, destruction, or balance sparks, you're going to carry over. Might, luck, and all those kind of things. Also, too, you'll be getting other kind of sparks, like the Pally Justice sparks, the Mercy Light sparks, and the Cryos Cold. And you're going to go through this map. It's like the Sphere Grid of Final Fantasy X. It's called the Ascension Atlas, which you're looking at right now. And it's pretty intimidating. There's a lot to it. This is just the Lightbender Atlas. There's this one here, which is everything. Like I said, you have the three, main Paladin, Cryo. And you're going to go through and you're going to get points for all of these bubbles here. There's smaller ones inside of the big ones. It's largely intimidating, and I'd like to make another video that kind of goes through it and is more specific. As you see, there's Necromancer, Archer, the Slayer. I don't even think I showed here. There's right now they have 6 other classes into the menu. And to progress to the Ascension Atlas, you're going to come here and this big globe, and you're going to do the content, which there's a lot to it. I mean, they got the solo adventures or squads. It's 1 to 3 instance based um, grinding. There's 10 different maps. With each one, there's different bonus objectives that you can do. There's the region that it's an MMO style questing. There's tons of quests that you can do. It's all kind of driven into a storyline. You'll get some good sparks out of it, especially for your class. And then there's the group. There's one group for the 5-man dungeon, which is 3 DPS, 1 defender, and a support. I haven't done it too many times, but I've done it enough. I've gotten some good loot out of it, but all these things are going to scale with your prestige. So it gets harder, and it gets harder, and then it gets easier, and it gets harder and gets harder. But for the solo and the squad 1 to 3s, they're kind of like tiers: easy, normal, hard, and then impossible. It's kind of like tier 1 through tier 4. And you're going to keep getting better loot, which is going to keep scaling with your prestige. Lastly, I'd like to make a shout out to Divinity. 104 members, and we're growing strong. This community has been very helpful, very fun. We got into some shenanigans, like I was saying before. We ran to 3 berserkers and a gunner and myself. We tried and we tried and we tried, different kind of ways to try to get a berserker to tank. I think we're at like 4K prestige or something like that. We're trying. We goof off, but we also try. Learn about the game as much as we can. We're trying to develop different out of the box scenarios. To help lower prestige people to, making sure that there's something for somebody to do. I'll put a link to the website below where you can help join us, make the community stronger, that we can hit content faster. Hit me up in game, Drage Derrick, or just hit up region chat. Say, hey, I was looking into Divinity. Someone please hit me up, and I guarantee you, real quick, we'll get you. We always have people on. I've been on at 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. There's always someone on to pick you up. I'd like to thank you for watching my video. I hope it's informative. I hope you don't take it as my personal opinion. I hope that you're seeing the game for what it is. It's a very beautiful game. It's running smooth. I haven't seen too many bugs, but the ones I've done, aren't game breaking. And it's a great game. And I wish you all would come and join us. Right now they got packs at Skyforge. I'll put some links down there for those so you can get to them. And the beta ends on the 19th, but this is just the first CBT. I'm sure there'll be more, and then OBT will be coming up, and you can join us then. Thank you for watching.